Views and opinions expressed do not necessarily represent those of Access Fort Wayne, the Allen County Public Library, or any other supporting group. Get involved with Access Fort Wayne and make your own television programming. Call 421-1250 to find out more.
To laugh through all the years. So bring your good times and your laughter too. We're gonna celebrate your party with you. Come on. Celebration. Let's all celebrate and have a good time. Celebration. We're gonna celebrate and have a good time. It's time to come together. It's up to you. What's your pleasure? Everyone around the world, come on. Yeah. It's your celebration.
To last throughout the years.
So bring your good times and your laughter too.
We gonna celebrate your party with you. Come on now.
Happy 10-year anniversary of Wesley's TV.
Your anniversary, Wesley TV. Happy 10-year anniversary.
Yes. Wow.
Mom, what that? I know.
I can't hear you. So, the train board, these are all our pennies. What do you want to say? Wow, this is so cool. There's a fireplace back there. That looks like the one in the alley.
Sorry, guys. They so big, well.
Mr. 100 show we got
Betsy Kachmar.
from Fort Wayne Citilink. Can you tell us about the special you guys start doing on this year?
Well, the thing that I think is special this year is that we're celebrating our 50th anniversary of being a public transportation corporation. And so I brought along some of our trinkets and patches from the last 50 years or so. So we can celebrate 50 years while you celebrate your 100th show.
So, right.
50 years of being in a wow, that's with buses being around. That's pretty cool.
That is
Yeah.
pretty good.
Well, actually, that's 50 years that we were a public transportation corporation.
Okay.
There were actually buses in Fort Wayne clear back in 1872.
Wow.
That was when
Whoa.
the Citizen Street Railroad Company introduced horse cart service into Fort Wayne. So I'm pretty sure that nobody's around that remembers that, because that was 145 years ago. But we're hoping that there'll be lots of people around that'll remember 50 years ago and can remember going downtown to Wolf and Dressauer on the bus, or maybe going back and forth to GE on the bus to work. And so in order to remind them of that, we've put an older bus on our newer map. And so our map this year has a picture of an old bus on it.
So pretty much going back to retro, because retro.
Yeah, we're doing retro. Exactly.
You know, there's a guy that I watched my show way back in the day, and he was telling me that, you know, how everybody's got their hobbies and interests. And it's not about the public, you know, the buses has his interest, and that's kind of cool. He was telling me about stories about the Citilink bus from way back when it was PTC. And it's like, wow, it's kind of crazy how things change and evolve, because again, things do change. I mean, that's part of life, but you know, going out to 50 years of doing this, like, wow.
Right. Well, and I think that that's kind of nice, because there are people who really just like history, and anything that is historical is interesting to them. And there are people who just like buses and trains. A lot of people are very interested in trains, and so I think that this year I will look forward to meeting even more people that can share with me and the rest of the community some memories about when they were riding the bus, and how public transit has helped them over the last 50 years. And so we'll be looking to tell those stories too.
Hey, Betsy, when's the buses start and when do they stop every day?
Oh, currently we start around 6:30, and the last bus goes back to the barn where it goes to sleep. See, we still have barns. Even though we don't have horses, we still have barns. And about 9:45. But the last time you really can catch the bus down at the station is about 8:45.
Betsy, how many routes do you have?
Well, it depends on which routes you count, right? So I think Wesley, you've ridden them all. So
Except really the only one I've been on it once, but not the whole route.
Oh,
It's
okay.
the Tudor's bus.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's okay. You do pretty well, though, I think.
Well, I do pretty well.
You've ridden more routes than I have, and more often than I do, too, of
Probably
course.
more than most bus riders,
Right,
or
right.
bus drivers.
So
Every day.
right, the way I count them is that we have 14 fixed routes and 2 flexible routes that we call flex routes, or deviation bus, or however you want to call it. And then we also have some buses that do demand response service. So those are what we call our access buses, and so they go around and take people that can't ride the fixed route bus or the deviation bus, and they pick them up at home and take them where they need to go. But you have to be qualified for that. So
Betsy, for those people who've never rode the bus before, can
Oh,
they
I've
call?
up here.
Yeah, I'm up here. Yeah, up here. Thank
there
you,
you
Betsy.
are.
Hey,
Up there.
I see you down there. Betsy, the people who never rode the bus before, can they call like 311 and ask where their nearest bus stop is or something?
Oh, whoa, that's way off.
Is that way off? Okay, see, I don't know. I'm way up in the sky.
right.
Well, Mr. Sun follows the bus, so
Yeah, I follow
Right.
it.
Well, we like it when it's sunny. It helps people that have to wait for the bus feel a lot better.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. So 311 is the program that the city has, and that's a really good question because people do get confused. We are not a city department. So 311 will get you information about if your garbage doesn't get picked up, or you want your leaves done, or if you have a problem with a sidewalk or something like that. That's 311 is really good for that.
Where do we call to find out the nearest bus stop?
Then you need to call our number, and that's on our maps and schedules. And so it's 432-4546. Or if you don't feel like calling us, you can look it up on your phone. You've got that down too. So we've got a website, so you can go to our website, and there's a trip planner, and it'll answer a lot of your questions on the website. All of this information is up there too, electronically, and then we also have a real-time map of the buses, and you can actually watch the buses go around on the map, which I think is very cool.
you can stalk them.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, and that's the way you know whether the bus is coming or if you've missed it already. So I like that.
And can you tell us, I heard this, but I don't know, you want to say it to the public? Yeah, about how many 40 feet buses you don't be having?
Sure. We have, let's see, 19 of them on the street now, and we have one that we just got about a week ago. It came from California. They drove it out here, and we're getting it ready to put into service. So as soon as we're ready, it doesn't have the decals on it and all that kind of stuff. So as soon as we're ready, I'll take a picture of it, and then you guys can look for it. I don't even know what number it's going to be. It'll be 17 something. Yeah, I don't even know.
That's how you can tell.
That's right. That's how you can tell.
Can you tell us how that came along with putting the year at the start?
Well, it helps us identify how old the bus is for maintenance purposes too. So if we want to know when it's time to replace the bus, we can quickly check the number. And it's good to have some kind of number so that you can tell it apart. But that way we know how old it is, and then we'll be able to know whether it's time to replace it or not.
Speaking of that, what's the oldest bus you guys got now?
Actually, our buses are in really good shape. We managed to get a lot of them replaced when there was special stimulus fund money back when the economy wasn't too good, doing too well. And there were federal dollars to help boost a lot of things, and so public transit systems got some of that money, and we used it to replace some of our older buses. So the oldest bus we have is a 2002, and that's pretty good for public transit. Those bigger buses are supposed to last for 14 to 20 years sometimes.
Now, one thing I want to talk about too is sometimes people get confused with you guys working with the city, because the name Citilink. Can you explain to people about that? It's like, well, don't you guys work for the city? Because people,
Yeah.
I'm sure you get phone calls about that all the time.
Yeah, and that's okay. And you know, if you call 311, they would just tell you to call us, and that's fine. Or if you send an email to the city, they just refer it to us. So it's fine.
I know you guys get confused about that all the time.
No,
People
I know.
calling.
Well, and the other thing is that sometimes people get confused because we go by Citilink. They think we're a private company
And funded by them.
that makes money.
Yeah.
And we're very far from that, unfortunately. So one of the things that people don't realize is that the fares, which we talked about, $1.25, you know, if you think about it, that doesn't really cover the cost of providing the ride. We can't make any money if we're only charging you $1.25. So a lot of the expenses are covered by local property tax money, and a state grant that we get, and some federal funds that we receive as well. And so on an average trip, it costs us about $5 to provide the trip, but we're only charging $1.25. So the fares really only cover about 12% of the cost of running the service. So we're unfortunately not a profit-making company.
From the city, okay. Because like I said again, people get confused. And
That's
like,
okay. Well, it's like the library. Yeah, the library is not part of the city either, and it's not
people
part of the
assume
county.
it is, yeah.
Yeah, so we're separate, just like the library is separate.
I just want to get that clarified on TV, the way that
That's
people
good
like,
to know.
oh, okay.
And
This
can
is,
you explain to us about the routes we got?
Sure. So yeah, we talked about how many we have, and the one that's not up here that you can't see because we don't have the flyer for it this time is called our Cougar Express, and it's not to go pick up old ladies. I know, I've heard that joke before.
she had to clarify that too.
Yeah. So
You got it.
it's because it's sponsored by the University of St. Francis,
Which is over.
and they wanted to be able to go from their campus on Spring Street to their new campus area downtown, because they have the Performing Arts Center, which is the old Scottish Rite. They have what used to be the Chamber of Commerce building, which is now their business school. And they also have classes over, they have like arts and ballet classes over in the Arts Center. So they wanted a route that would kind of help connect their various places where they hold classes. And so they're paying for that, and so they get to put their name on it, and that's what they chose, and because that's their mascot, or the Cougars, so that's okay. But it's free, and it helps also people that want to just run around downtown, because it's a really nice route if you want to come up to Paula's for lunch, or go shopping on your lunch hour. There's lots of different
Or
places.
we want to come see you guys.
You can come see us. We're right on that route too. So there's a lot of different ways that you can get
St. Joe.
yeah, up and down that stretch. So the University of St. Francis wanted that route because we've done a similar thing for the campuses up north where Ivy Tech and IPFW are. And we call that Campus Link because it's linking the campuses. Get it? Yeah. And like we're CityLink, so we've got a lot of links. We got MedLink, we got CityLink, we've got FlexLink. We're all about links. So, and we're trying to get you linked to where you want to go.
Right. And to you, this is something I pepper on every time.
What?
People can still not understand it. The 21 and 22.
Those are confusing. Yeah, so those are our flex link. That's what we call them. But then also people call them the deviation route, or people call it flex route. So those are ones where you have to call in first if you want to be picked up on one of the other stops that are available on that route. So the bus usually follows the same route, and that's on the map, but then it'll deviate, and that's where it gets its name, or it'll be flexible, and it'll go to certain other stops, but it doesn't know that that's where you want it to go until you tell it. So it's not psychic, right? So you call and tell us that's where you want to. That's where you are.
How far in advance you have to tell them?
About a half an hour, and so then it'll swing by and pick you up on its way by. So it just sort of depends on where it is on its route. Then when you want to get dropped off, that's easy because then you'll already be on the bus, and you just tell the driver that that's the the stop that you want to be on. So just when we're picking you up, that we need to know that's what we need you to do. So.
And team, how is the Tudor Express doing in this first year?
The Cougar Express is doing pretty well, especially for its first year. Usually you kind of expect things to take a little while to get started, but since the University of St. Francis did a really good job of letting the students know about it, they've been using it real well. What I'd really like to do, though, is to make sure that all of the people that work downtown know about it, and that's harder because they're all spread around, and it's harder to get in touch with them. So, so this is a good opportunity to let them know about that, and it's free.
And can you tell us, is there a partnership between CTN with that Tudor Express part too?
Yeah. So what happened was, when we started the service, we thought that we would be able to, or the University of St. Francis thought that running it until about 5 o'clock would be enough. But there are students that have evening classes, and they were interested in having that service too. So just on a temporary basis, they thought they would just contract with CTN, the Community Transportation Network, to provide those last couple of hours to see if that was needed. And by golly, people were using it and liking it, so they kept going this semester as well. I don't know about next year.
Are they possibly going to combine it as into one?
Maybe,
company?
yeah. We'll have to talk about that. I think University of St. Francis has to kind of decide what they want to do.
Do with that?
Yeah.
Hey, Betsy, what happens if the bus is full? Do you have another bus that follows them?
Well, that's a really good question, because my definition of full and sometimes other people's definition of full are different. We let people stand up on the bus, and so as long as we can squeeze one more person in, it's not full. So I like to joke sometimes if somebody calls to complain that the bus is too full, I'm excited. I'm like, yay, I'm so sorry that that's happening to you. I was really kind of confused there. But we don't usually have that problem. What we do have sometimes happen is the bike racks are full. On the front, we only have space for 2 bikes. And lots of people are liking to ride their bikes, especially when the weather gets better. And riding your bike and taking the bus together is a really good way to get around town. So maybe you don't want to ride your bike on Jefferson, because that's crazy.
Right.
So you would maybe put your bike on the bus and bike, take the bus part of the way, and then get on your bike when it's a little bit safer. So we have actually this map that Wesley put up for you that talks about how you can ride the bus to the trail, and that's a really nice place to ride your bike. So we kind of run into some issues there. Drivers have the option to put especially smaller bikes, so children's bikes or something like that, on the bus if there's room, but you kind of just have to see how that goes.
What about 3-wheel bikes?
3-wheel bikes don't fit on our racks very well. That's the problem. And also motorbikes we're not allowed to transport either, because they have gasoline, and that could be kind of dangerous. So, but regular 2-wheel bikes we can usually accommodate about any size. The other place where we get into a bind sometimes are people who are using wheelchairs. We have 2 wheelchair securements on the bus, and that's another thing that people don't necessarily know, is that we have ramps that go up, and so that the doorway, the ramp will fold down, and a wheelchair or a stroller or a grocery cart can roll up that ramp, and then we have 2 places in the front that seats fold up, and then 2 wheelchair passengers can sit on the bus. Sometimes we run into trouble where we have another person that wants to ride, and so we have a policy that we'll send another bus if we can, and if that'll be faster than just waiting for the next one.
And have you ever had a situation on a bus where it's too packed, you had to send a second bus?
Nope, not that I can think of. That doesn't usually happen, but it would be a great problem to have.
And I think we need to wrap this one up. So, any last things?
No, I appreciate the service that you guys do. If it weren't for you guys, I wouldn't be getting around town, and doing what I gotta do. Thank you
Right.
very much
Well,
for
I'm
the
glad you
service.
guys ride. We appreciate that, and all the riders. We really appreciate.
One thing is I love about the bus, and oh my God, when I have the air conditioning on, it makes me just want to fall asleep. I'm just saying.
Let's say
It's a warm place to go in the winter, and it's a cool place to go in the summer.
Yeah, just try not to fall asleep on them.
Because you might miss your stop.
Exactly. It's happened. I've seen it happen plenty of times. I mean, not me, but
Yeah, I've almost had that happen too. Yeah, I get to not paying attention and I forget where my house is.
it happens.
Stay tuned for more.
I came to dance, 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 dance. I hit the floor cause that's my plans, 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 plans. I'm wearing all my favorite brands, 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 brands. Give me some space for both my hands, 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 hands. You, cause it goes on and on and on. And it goes on and on and on. Yeah, I throw my hands up in the air sometimes, saying ayo, gotta let go. I wanna celebrate and live my life, saying ayo, baby let's go. Cause we gon' rock this club, we gon' go all night. We gon' light it up like it's dynamite. Cause I told you once, now I told you twice. We gon' light it up like it's dynamite. I came to move, 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 move. Get out the way of me and my crew, 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 crew. I'm in the club, so I'm gonna do just what the phone came here to do. Yeah, cause it goes on and on and on. And it goes on and on and on. Yeah, I throw my hands up in the air sometimes, saying ayo, gotta let go. I wanna celebrate and live my life, saying ayo,
where the buffalo roam and the deer and the antelope play. Where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day. Home, home on the range, where the deer and the antelope play. Where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day. Where the air is so pure and the zephyrs so free, and the breezes so balmy and light, I would not exchange my home on the range for all of the city so bright.
This is Bob Hart asking you to tune in to Wesley's TV on October 29th from, did you say 9 in the morning until 1 in the afternoon?
No, 1 a.m.
Or 1 a.m.
You missed it.
For the 10th anniversary of Wesley TV. Hope to see you there.
When the heavens are bright with the light from the glittering stars, I stood there amazed and asked as I gazed if their glory exceeds that of ours. Home, home on the range, where the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day.
Super easy for our patients to leave their doctor's appointment, pick up their scripts, and then go home. So they don't have to, make another trip. And transportation is such a barrier in this area that we want to make sure that we're eliminating that barrier. Yes. Okay, that's our first step.
Thank you.
This hallway here is our behavioral health area. We'll have group therapy over there, and then we have individual therapist office here. And then we have our, two of our actual providers for behavioral health here. And then we also offer in-lab help for in-lab. We can draw blood for the patients, right here in the office. We partner with LabCorp, or we have I don't want to call it a partnership, but we have a system with LabCorp that they do honor our sliding fee. So if the patient is of the poverty level, then they will also qualify for extreme discounts on their LabCorp lab work as well. So they won't get as much of a bill, which is fantastic. In fact, if they are 100% poverty level, they won't receive a bill at all. Wow. Meridian has it arranged that we pay it for them. So this back area, as you see, we kind of just made a full circle. This is the back of the pharmacy. And then through this door here is our clinical area. We're going to
Thank you.
And have more providers so we can see more patients. This is our sensory room. It's just a start of how we want to have it done. So far, and then we'll see if this group is still going. So these are our exam rooms. Meridian really tries to make it a good point to make sure that we can be a one-stop shop. So if there's a procedure or something that we can do here in office, we really try to make that happen for the patients, so they don't have to find transportation to go to a specialty office. Within reason, because we don't have an X-ray machine or anything, so if they break a bone, we can't necessarily do that. But who knows what's coming? As far as we can do point of care testing, as far as freezing warts, we can do all of the COVID, flu, mono, all of the infectious type swabs. We also do lab work on this side as well, and we send it out to LabCorp. We do pap smears, women's health visits for just general women's health. Anything beyond that, we send them to OBGYN, obviously. We try not to, but if we can, that's what we do. And then we have our pediatrics as well. We make sure we get their eye exams, a full set of vitals. We do all the developmental screens and everything for a full service well visit, and then vaccines. So yeah, Meridian is credentialed with the VFC, so the federally funded vaccines for children, which is fantastic, which is part of the mission to make sure that nobody has out-of-pocket costs for their care. So this is April. She's one of our medical assistants. And then there's our EKG machine as well. So like we do a little bit of everything. If the patient's having chest pains, we go ahead and we get an EKG, see what we have to do. And if it's critical enough, then obviously we can call the ambulance and get them taken care of. And then we kind of make it back out to the lobby here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's not bad. But like I'll have to look that up. And that's in addition to that.
Everyone hear me okay? I don't want to scream into it. My wife tells me I'm too loud anyway, so almost every day she tells me to tone it down a little bit. So my name is Seth Warren. I'm the CEO of Meridian Health Services, and we're very excited to be expanding our footprint here in Fort Wayne. We've been in Fort Wayne for close to 3 years with a location up on Lake Avenue, but this is our first foray into this section of Fort Wayne, so we're excited to be a part of this. We are together on this site. I don't know how long ago was that now, but last year for the groundbreaking, and I'm very pleased to be able to have the building to completion. There's a few people I want to thank. Obviously, Mayor Tacker and all the elected officials here today. Working with the city has been great. They've been very accommodating to us as we've grown our footprint. House Investments, we've been working with Matt Gaddis there and his crew, so we appreciate their support and partnership in this. The folks from the Northeast Indiana Regional Development Authority, is Star Financial, who helped us finance this project. That's always important when you're building a $4.5 million project. You want to make sure you have the financing to do so. So we appreciate them. CME Construction, it is a beautiful building, and you'll see it. A lot of these people will be talking later, so I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail about these folks because they're better introducing themselves than I am. So just to say thank you to everybody involved, but especially the staff and providers that are going to be caring for patients in this building, because that's what we're really here for, is caring for the patients in the community. And we're really excited about the people that will be providing that care. So it's fine for me to get up here and give a speech, but it's more important for the people that are going to be taking care of our patients on a daily basis. So thank you to them. As I said, we've been in Fort Wayne here for a while, but this, part of the project, you can look around, you can see the redevelopment in this area and how it's grown by leaps and bounds, and we're very excited to be a part of that growth and excited to continue the care that we provide. Whole person health, we provide primary care. Here we're going to be doing adult care and with family medicine, but also pediatric care, and we'll be doing behavioral health services. And we'll also have a telepharmacy here, so pharmacy services. So we're really able to provide for the whole continuum of care for the people in the community. So we're excited about that. I do need to call out Scott Riggs, who's our CFO, but he's really been the linchpin and really been leading the charge on behalf of Meridian Health Services. He's been the primary contact for Star Financial, for CME, for House Investments. And so Scott has had a lot to do with bringing this project to fruition. And now he can sort of hand it off to Tiffany Lackey and her staff to make sure that the project is up and running and seeing patients. So thank you to Scott. Thank you to everybody involved. With that, I'm going to turn it over to our board chair, Doug Inman, to say a few words. So thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everyone. Mayor Tacker, Fort Wayne City Council members, distinguished guests. What a great day for Fort Wayne and Meridian Health Services as we open today this new Meridian Health Clinic on the Village Premier Campus. The residents of Southeast Fort Wayne now have the opportunity to experience whole person health care through the services Meridian offers for physical, mental, and social health. So on behalf of Meridian Health Services Board of Directors, I would like to congratulate the City of Fort Wayne, Northeast Indiana Regional Development Authority, House Investments, and Meridian Health Services for the completion of this wonderful project. May God continue to bless the City of Fort Wayne and Meridian Health Services. Thank you so much.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, good afternoon, everyone. I am Mayor Sharon Tacker, and I can tell you that we are excited to be here. I think it was February where we did a ribbon cutting and a dirt turning all at the same time to be able to welcome this project to the city of Fort Wayne. But if I could give you a little bit of history so that you all have a full understanding of just how Meridian came to be in this location. In 2019, a group of concerned citizens for Southeast Fort Wayne came together and we worked with the city to be able to update the Southeast strategy. And in that strategy, we had some charrettes and opportunities for the public to tell us about things that they were concerned about. And one of those things was access to care, access to housing, access to food, and specifically access to care, especially since the zip codes that we're standing in was one of the highest maternal mortality rate communities in the city. And so we all work together to be able to create opportunities for housing. As you see across from us, we worked with House Investments, and they have the dual gray buildings that are on the other side of the apartments that we're seeing standing right next to us. Then House Investments were also a great partner with bringing in care. And that's where we're standing in front of today. Meridian coming to us to provide a full service family care for individuals so that we can answer the cry of a community. And that is the part that I think is most important, which brings us here today. For the city of Fort Wayne, we believe in our residents, we listen to our residents, and then we deliver on those promises for our residents. With the help of Councilwoman Booker, with the help of Councilman Jeff Paddock, and also with the help of Trustee Danita Washington, who are standing here with us, we were able to deliver on the request of the public and on the promises that we gave to them. And so I'm excited to welcome you to this because it's more than just health care. Today's ribbon cutting, it is more than just health care. It is a promise to the public that we hear you, we're here to deliver, and we'll continue working on your behalf. Thank you all so much for being here with us.
Hi, here I am, Jeff Landis, along with Sharon Tucker. How's it going?
I'm doing good. How are you, Jeff?
Not too bad. You know me, trying to keep busy, trying to slow down, but again, you know, if we slow down, we ain't getting any younger.
Right.
So what's going on here today in Fort Wayne?
Well, today we are having the ribbon cutting for Meridian Healthcare, Southeast Fort Wayne. It's a new location for full service, full family healthcare that's located on the project that we had started 2 years ago on House Investment. This is McKinnie's Edge. It goes along with McKinnie's Common that we put in a couple years ago to be able to answer the questions that the residents of Southeast Fort Wayne had selected when we did our Southeast Area Strategy Update.
Okay, thanks, Sandy. Anybody Fort Wayne out there? Are your Fort Wayne followers out there?
Hello, Fort Wayne, and we want you to come out and take advantage of the services that are here for you.
Trust me, she's
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jonathan Leist. I'm the Community Development Director for the City of Fort Wayne. As Mayor mentioned, very excited to be here today to see the continuation of the Park's Edge development site take shape. This site was purchased by the city back in 2010 with federal funds, and the Redevelopment Commission took ownership in 2020. I started working for the city about that time, and one of the first projects that I had the pleasure of working on was the selection of a developer for this site. And we were thrilled to select House Investments through that process because of several things. We saw, went and visited some of their other sites and saw their commitment to maintaining safe and really attractive housing, their commitment to being a long-term owner, and also their overall concept for the site. We were really thrilled about, centered around a mixed-use neighborhood center development. So one of the pieces that was absolutely critical to that vision was adding new health services, as Mayor mentioned, to help serve the community, which is why, again, the partnership with Meridian is so exciting, and we're thrilled to be here today seeing this phase of development come to fruition. the need for better access was a clear priority in our 2020 Southeast strategy, which is our guiding planning document for Southeast Fort Wayne. And today's opening is just another sign of progress on the goals prioritized in that strategy, including building safer streets, adding affordable housing, providing better access to healthcare, and improving quality of life. We can see many of those just from where we're standing right now, with the first phase of apartments to my left, McKinnie Commons, our city investment off to the distance here on my right. Other projects like new streetscapes on Pontiac Street, all those helping to address those goals that were key priorities in the Southeast strategy. And we do look forward to continuing to partner with House Investments here at Parks Edge to work on the future phases, which will include single-family housing, planned senior apartments on the vacant lot to my right, and a new early childhood learning center to our left. So in conclusion, just like to say thanks again to Mayor Tacker for her leadership. Thank you to the Fort Wayne Redevelopment Commission and the redevelopment staff, to our city council members who supported this project, including Councilwoman Booker and Councilman Paddock, who are standing up here with me today. Our state legislators, again, the Regional Development Authority and staff, development partner House Investments, Matt, Rob, Joe, and the team. It's been an honor working with you guys. Really enjoyed it. Hope it continues on for many more projects as we finish out this site. And of course, Meridian Health, thank you for your investment here at the Village Premier site. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. It feels really good to be here today, celebrating something that really matters in our community. You've heard our mayor speak to it, and you've heard Mr. Lai speak to how important it is for this community to have quality, affordable, and accessible healthcare right here in this neighborhood. This is what it looks like when we invest in people and we meet them where they are. When I served on the Redevelopment Commission, I remember when the request for proposals for this site first went out. Standing here now, seeing this vision come to life, it's really special. It shows what can happen when we stay committed and intentional and we move forward together. This project ties right into the Southeast Strategy Update. That is something that you've heard a couple times already. You'll hear it from me, and you'll continue to hear it as I serve on council. It's really important that we continue to use that update as our guiding light, as our strategy for the development that is required and really needed in Southeast Fort Wayne. It's really more about it's not just about buildings, and this bee is going to drive me crazy. It's about access and opportunity and ensuring that our residents benefit from the growth that's happening around us in this city, so that Southeast also benefits and sees some of the growth and development. So today isn't just about a ribbon cutting. It's a symbol of progress, of partnership, and of hope for what's next. Thank you to everyone who has been a part of this moment, and congratulations to everyone who's made this possible. Thank you.
I may have gone out of turn here. My name is Matt Gaddis with House Investments. We are extremely proud and excited to be here today for the official ribbon cutting for Meridian Health here at Parks Edge. We're very excited to see the impact that Meridian Health will have, not only to the residents here at Parks Edge, but also the surrounding neighborhood and community. Projects like this require a lot of collaboration. I'd like to take a second to thank our project partners. Many of you have already heard from today. City of Fort Wayne, Mayor Tacker, and Mayor Henry as well. When we first started this, Mayor Henry was in office. Thank you to the Mayor's office for your unwavering support. City Council, thank you very much for your support. And then the entire redevelopment team. Jonathan, your team has been fantastic to work with on both phases so far. We're excited to continue that collaboration, but thank you very much. The Northeast Indiana Regional Development Authority, thank you for your support. IEDC through the Northeast Indiana Regional Development Authority, thank you. Now looking at the project-specific team. MKM Architecture and Design, Zach, Jordan, Melissa, they designed the building behind us. I think everyone can agree, it's beautiful. We're very happy with it. They were also the architect on our first phase, Parks Edge at McKinnie Commons. It's a pleasure working with you all. Thank you. CME Construction. CME built this. They did a phenomenal job taking it from start to finish. Ryan, Alan, your entire team, thank you very much. Looking forward to working with you guys going forward as well. And last but not least, Meridian Health Services, Scott Riggs, we started this conversation probably 2 years ago, maybe even more than that. It's been a pleasure to get to know your organization and who you serve and your mission. And it's really been an honor. So we appreciate everything you're doing here in Southeast Fort Wayne, and we're excited to see the impact that you guys will have. As a couple other people mentioned, when we were selected to be the steward and develop this Village Premier site, we envisioned a neighborhood center that could be an anchor for Southeast Fort Wayne. Our initial vision laid out multifamily apartments, a health clinic, single for sale homes, rental townhomes, an early childhood education center, and senior apartments. We are very excited to now have a couple phases completed. The first phase, Parks Edge at McKinnie Commons, opened last year. We're now standing here today. Meridian Health is open. And then we have behind everyone here are 12 single family lots that are ready to be built on. So if you know anybody who wants to build a home in Southeast Fort Wayne, please get in contact with Lancia Homes, or I'm sure Jonathan could point you in the right way as well. So once this is said and done, this will be more than a $70 million investment in Southeast Fort Wayne. We're excited to finish off the rest of the development and continue collaboration with several of these partners. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Jacob Beery. I serve as the Executive Director for the Regional Development Authority. I'm going to pull my notes up really quick because got a little thrown off guard. So the Regional Development Authority doesn't take on these projects, lightly. I'm not going to turn around and see if Jonathan confirms what I'm going to say next, but we're not always an easy group to work with. And we take due diligence and the meaning behind projects, with high importance. Looking around, I have an urban planning background, and this is the type of development that we get taught about in school and don't think is ever going to happen. So with that being said, I really want to thank the people who put up with me. I'll start with Jonathan and his team at City Redevelopment. I want to thank the mayor for prioritizing this project. It's amazing to see these things come together. And then, as people are thanking people today, I just want to make sure that everyone takes a second to thank every single person wearing a Meridian Health Service badge. The services that you're going to provide to this community aren't matched many places. They're needed everywhere. And I love to see it. So again, thank you everybody for allowing the Regional Development Authority to take part in this. Taking part in these kind of projects are gifts, and this is a
what it is my old dentist, he would just force things in, and they just force their way in, and they are not patient. But with Dr. Campbell and Dr. Bond and everybody here, they are real comforting, and they explain to you what's going on for the process, and they don't rush through it. And they do what you ask, they use what actually works for you.
Travel on, there's one day here and the next day gone. Sometimes you bend, sometimes you stand, sometimes you turn your back to the wind. There's a world outside every darkened door where blues won't haunt you anymore, where the brave are free and lovers soar. Come ride with me to the distant shore. We won't hesitate to break down the garden gate. There's not much time left today. Life is a highway
together.